welcome back to my channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. In today's video, I take my 2020 RMZ450 for the first time on the track. I have not gone on a motocross track in about 20 years, so this is going to be a huge learning experience for me. I quickly find out how out of shape and out of practice I am. With motocross, you are using all of the muscles in your body in order to hopefully control the motorcycle under you. After this ride, I decided that if I wanted to progress, I would have to get my body back in shape. So part of my motocross journey is going to be working out, eating a little healthier, and trying to get in the best shape that I can. During the ride portion of this video, I will be chiming in so I could point out my mistakes and my thoughts on what I can do next time to improve. Please comment below with any tips and advice on how I can do things better. Please remember, this is my first time out on a motocross track in about 20 years. This is also my first time on a motocross track using a 450cc dirt bike. Today's video was filmed at Dunn's Playground in Western Kentucky. This place seems to be really cool as there are 3 different tracks. There's a beginner track, which I stay on. There's the intermediate track, which these guys are on. And there is a MX GP track as well. So let's start heading over to that beginner's track where I spent the whole day. Before I started recording, I had already gone through and done a couple sight laps so I could get a hang of the different jumps and turns. Right off the bat, you see me sitting down here when I should be standing up. Right after this jump, you see me sit down again while I should be standing up. I slow down here because I am thinking about that next section after this turn. My goal for the day was to be able to clear the tabletop, which I only succeeded maybe once or twice. With this landing, I'm not quite sure what I did wrong. Maybe I pushed away from the handlebars and that caught me off balance, but that was a scary feeling and I definitely don't want to do that again. This time over the tabletop, I can't remember if I blipped the throttle or not, but that sent the front end straight up and that landing was just terrible. You'll see on this next time around, I take it a lot more slow as that really got in my head. It got in my head so bad that right here, I actually stalled the bike going around the corner because I forgot to change gears from 3rd gear to 2nd gear going into the corner. through the whoops, I blipped the throttle instead of keeping a smooth throttle all the way through. And now, since I'm already in my head, once I see other riders come onto the track, I pull over. I was just too nervous at that point, and I needed to take a break, but I ended up continuing on the track for a couple more laps because I wanted to get over the fear of riding around other riders. I start to try to push myself because I wanted to see if I could somewhat keep up with these riders. So as you see around that turn, I went a little bit faster than before. I went a little bit farther with that jump, and I'm doing my best to keep up while still riding safe. This little guy on the KTM 85 was an extremely good rider. All throughout the day I was watching him and all the different techniques and skill sets that he had, and it just amazed me. Everything from seat bumps to brake taps, scrubs, anything, this kid could do it. He was a very competent rider, and I was just amazed by his skill set. Just like that, it's time for me to get off the track to take a break. It was 96 degrees out with extremely high humidity.
I know that's not what it says on the weather app, but apparently to my truck outside right now, sitting in the heat, it's 120, apparently. I think Real Feel says it's 97.
After a break and sitting in the AC, I'm back out for another session. This was my final session for the day, and at that point I was exhausted. I just wanted one more good session in. I did my best to keep the correct attack position when I could. At the end of this day for riding, I literally had heat exhaustion. Once again, going over the tabletop, you see my front end just skyrocketing into the air. Though I do think this was one of the better times going through the whoops and going through that corner. See that jumping that bad on the last lap just freaked me out too much, so I decided to roll over that tabletop. And again, going over this jump, I pushed my head away from the danger, and that made that jump really awkward. Here I'm happy to see that as I'm going into the corner, I'm actually looking ahead for once. At this point, I am just too exhausted. I decide I'm just gonna focus on the few things on the track that I really wanted to work on. This time around on the tabletop, my knees slide too far forward, so it sends me into a nosedive. And now I'm on my final 2 laps, because at this point, my body is done. I literally had heat exhaustion so bad to where I had bad body cramps, dizziness, nausea, headache, and my body just really started to shut down. I spent about an hour and a half sitting in my truck in the AC, unable to strap down my bike. overall, I think it was a successful day. I definitely did a lot of learning, and it really showed me, again, how out of shape I was, and how, if I want to progress, I need to get back into shape. If you like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to see you here again, and leave me some feedback. Thanks.